I really love making cute animals. They're really fun to make, they're really easy, and they don't take too long either. So that's why today I realized other animals for you. But if you want me to make other animals as well, some that I haven't made yet, just let me know in the comment. I will really happy to make them in the following videos. Alright then, let's start to make the cute and little pig head. And we're going to start from a round ball, and then as you can see at the top is a little bit smaller and at the bottom is a little bit larger. Then in the middle with our pinky we're going to press it to make more room for where the eyes are going to be. Then with the ball tool we're going to make some holes where the eyes are going to be, so we're going to give it extra room for that, and we're gonna add an oval in the middle of the head. This is going to be the pig nose. We want to lift a little bit the bottom of the nose, and then we can poke 2 holes to make the nostrils. Let's tap it here at the bottom to make the cheeks going a little bit up. Then with a leaf shaper we're going to press and here and make the mouth, and for making the lip as well. Let's add now an oval to make the tongue. Then in the middle we want to make a line, and that's it really. Now let's go back to make the eyes, and to do so we want to add 2 white ovals, and then we want to paint the irises. As usual I love painting them with some blue because I think they look really nice on cake toppers, giving them an oval shape, and then all around we want to paint it with a darker shade of blue. Then to paint the pupil we just need to paint an oval, a black oval, and to do so you want to use a really thin brush. And now let's paint using the same black color the eyebrows as well. What we got left to do now are the ears, and we want to start from an oval, then we want to pinch it on each side, and then on the inside we're going to press like this using a leaf shaper or even your finger, wherever it is best for you. Once we've done that we want to cut it in half like this, and then we want to put it on top of the head. I hope you like this head as much as I do because I think it is really nice and cute. Now to make this head look even more cuter we want to dust some pink on the pig's cheeks and also on the inside of the ears. Now that the irises and the pupils are dry, we're going to add 2 dots of white. Let's move on now making the feet. We're going to make the feet in 2 different ways. The front ones are going to be smaller, and at the bottom are going to have a brown piece of fondant. And as you can tell, I like them to be a little bit curved. Once we've done them, we want to insert some cocktail stick inside of each leg. And before we want to damp the cocktail stick so it will stick much better to the fondant. So let's insert it really careful. And if the fondant changed the shape, then we need to make it a little bit nicer again. Let's move on now making the back legs, which are a little bit bigger, and this time we want them to be a little bit more like a cone, and again we want the bottom of them with a brown piece of fondant, but at the moment they're a bit too straight. I like them to be a little bit more instead curved like this, as they will have a little bit more of a natural effect on them. And again we need to insert a damp cocktail stick on the inside, really careful. So we have the 2 back legs and the 2 front legs. Now let's make the body, and we have this big chunk of pink oval, but we want to make it a little bit thinner, just a bit smaller to one side like this, so that the pig has a nice and curved bum. So let's insert now the front legs, and as you can tell, they're not like straight but just a little bit oblique, and then the same we're going to do with the back legs as well. Let's hide the cocktail stick. We don't want the cocktail stick to be seen at all. We can now put the whole body with the legs on top of our dummy. Be careful not to make any holes as I did. Instead, try to be really careful and using a scissors instead. Holding the bottom of the pig's body, we can insert another cocktail stick which is going to hold the head. And you want to hold it at the bottom to make sure that the cocktail stick won't go through the fondant. Let's insert the head, and now let's make a hole at the back of the pig so that we can insert a cute and long tail. Let's insert it really careful, and what we want to do with this tail is making it like it was a curl, because this is how pig's tail is, and it is really nice and cute. To make the duck, we're going to use an oval of white fondant, and then we're going to start making a cone. Then we want to make the tail using a small piece of fondant. We want to cut a few feathers and then round them with our fingers. Now we can put it at the back of the duck's body. To make the wings instead, we're going to cut a ball so that we have two wings of the same size. We're going to make an oval, we're going to flatten it, and we're going to make some cuts, which again are going to be the feathers. And every time we want to round them and make it a little bit longer and thin. Once we're happy with that, we can put it on each side of the body. Now we need to insert a cocktail stick, but we don't want to insert it straight. We want to insert it diagonally like this, so that no one is going to see the cocktail stick at the back. To add the head, we want to add a ball, and to make the beak, we want to add a cone of orange fondant. Let's press it from the top and the bottom as well, like this, and then with a small scissor we want to cut it in between. Let's make two small dots at the top, and then with a small ball tool we're going to make two holes for making the eyes. We need to insert two ovals inside these holes. We're going to flap them because we don't want them to going out. And then as they're really tiny, we're going to paint the pupils with some black gel paste and with the use of a really tiny ball tool. Let's add a small piece of fondant at the top, and then once the pupils are dry, we can paint them with 2 dots of white gel paste. So we've done the duck. Now I think it's a really nice touch to add a duckling as well, and it's exactly the same techniques that we used to make the duck. However, it is a little bit smaller and it's with some yellow fondant. And again, as you can see, we've done a cone first, and then at the back we want to make it a little bit pointed. To make the wings, we're going to cut a ball in two, and we're going to make some cuts to make the feathers. We want to round them, each feathers, with our finger, and then we want to put it on each side of the duckling's body. Let's add the tail at the back as well. And before adding the head, we want to insert a cocktail stick, so that is going to hold the whole head. The head is really easy to make, as it starts with a ball. Then to make big, we're going to add a cone, and then we're gonna flatten it. We're going to add 2 holes, and then to make the eyes, we're just going to insert just 2 holes with some black fondant. And let's add a little hair at the top of it. Cut the beak, and to make the eyes look a little bit more alive, let's paint 2 dots of white gel paste. At the end, I thought that it would be really nice to add a 4-leaf clover, starting from a pressed ball of green modeling paste. Then I've drawn 2 lines actually, and then on each of the petal I've pushed it towards the middle to make the heart. Then I've used a green wire. This is the one that I've used. Then I bended the wire in the middle of it so that it would be easier to insert inside of the pig's mouth. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, don't forget to give me a big and nice like. And also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and see you next week. Bye bye!